excited. Okay. I'm going.
Go.
I'm giving it a few seconds. Let me get Okay. Hey, y'all. It's your girl, Carolina Teague, and it is episode 6 of League of Her Own. Welcome back, you guys. It is September 7th, 2022, and I'm here at the fabulous VOD Pod Media Studios with my guy, radio husband, and producer, Guylan Jackson, making sure everything is running smoother than olive oil on a baby's behind. Lots to get into today. We're going to be talking about my Bucks versus Cowboys prediction. The Bears have a new stadium idea. They are probably going to be relocating to Arlington really, really soon. The top 3 NFL picks for the NFC East and the AFC for me, and who my Super Bowl prediction is. It's going to be regular season starting up again. I'm really excited. This is the moment we've been waiting for all year, NFL regular season. This is the time of the year where we make the most money. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to be giving out the Hugo Glen Coco Award to Serena Williams, and I kind of want to give an honorary award to the Las Vegas Aces, too, for being able to clinch their spot in the WNBA Finals. And last but not least, we're going to be playing our favorite game, This or That. Let's get started. But first, I want to talk about how I have fear of missing out. FOMO is what people call it. I am not able to attend the Bad Bunny concert here at the Alamo Dome in San Antonio. And this studio, VOD Pod Media, this beautiful studio, by the way, if you guys look at the lighting, and Guylan does a great job here every single week here at VOD Pod. We're right by the Van Gogh Experience, but we're also right by the Alamo Dome as well.
Yeah, we're less than a mile away. Like, maybe.
Yeah, less than a mile away.
Yeah, way less. Yeah. We're like a half a mile away.
I could literally walk to the Alamo Dome if I wanted to. I really could. I would think. And it's super close. And I'm on my way over here. There was a ton of traffic. There was traffic lights. What do they call those traffic lights? I don't know what they're called. When you look in the, I don't know what they're called.
Traffic lights?
Yeah, not the traffic lights. Those signs, text dot signs. Yeah,
the text dot signs.
Yeah, the text dot signs. They said that there was a lot of traffic at the Alamo Dome, and a lot of my friends are going to go see Bad Bunny. I should not be here right now. I should be at the Bad Bunny concert watching Benito do his thing. He's probably the biggest artist in the world right now. They say he's bigger than Drake, which is pretty huge.
He's bigger than Drake.
He's bigger than Drake. If you're bigger than Drake, you are probably the biggest artist in the world right now.
Yeah, no. He's it's very interesting because I got a This or That coming up too. So yeah, he's bigger than Drake.
And here's my thing about Bad Bunny. I've been following his music for a long time. I'm a huge fan of his. His music is incredible. But there's also this question of why people are just drawn to Bad Bunny. I personally love Bad Bunny, not because of his controversies or anything like that, but because if you ever watch an interview with him, he's very, very, very relatable.
He's Benito.
He's Benito.
Yeah, like he's legit.
Yeah.
And that's what, from what I understand, right? I don't know really Bad Bunny. I don't know that much about him. Look, I got gray hair. But he's got some jams and stuff. But the thing is he's who he is. And I don't think there's a lot of difference on who he is and who he is in real life. So I think that's huge.
It's not. He's very transparent. He gives a breakdowns on his diet. He is very humble. He's from Puerto Rico. He represents the Latino community really well. I'm really excited for him to be here in San Antonio. There was some memes and everybody was saying where he's located. They were saying he was at Fred's Fish Fry. They were saying that he was on the northeast side. I saw all these memes of where Bad Bunny could be in San Antonio. But his dancers actually went to my favorite Puerto Rican restaurant here in San Antonio, which is right up the street from my house. It's over there in Universal City. His dancers went all the way over to Universal City to eat Puerto Rican food. And that Puerto Rican food is bomb. It's called El Rincón Criollo. It's so good. And people were asking, where was Bad Bunny? How come his dancers were there but not, Benito?
So did you go stalk him?
No, he posted the photos after the fact, but Benito was at his hotel. So I think they probably brought food back for him, but he didn't make any appearances out in San Antonio, which I was hoping for.
Well, I heard he was in the Quarry or not the Quarry. On the far north side or something like that.
It's kind of like Where's Waldo, honestly. It's like Where's Benito?
The Puerto Rican Where's Waldo?
Yeah, the Puerto Rican Where's Waldo. Everybody's trying to figure out where he's at. So I wish I could be there right now. So everybody who's out there right now or who's on their way, I'm jealous. I want to be there right now, having the time of my life. I'm actually trying to figure out a way to sneak in. Doesn't your family work for the Alamo Dome? Why can't they act like I'm an employee just for like a couple of minutes?
No, we don't work for the Alamo Dome. We own a kiosk in the Alamo Dome.
Okay.
All right, yeah, we do not work for the Alamo Dome. We have a kiosk that we share profits with inside of the Alamo Dome.
Okay, but can't I be an employee like just for
Yeah,
today?
you could have been an employee and snuck in. Yeah.
Why are you telling me this now? Why didn't you tell me this?
Well, first of all, because you wouldn't have wanted to work. Like you still have to work. You could have been listening to the music on the outside, but you couldn't have just. Yeah, I mean, I've been at when I worked. We worked at the AT&T Center. You know, I was there for WWE. I got to see the Miz. I kind of spoke to him, but you're not supposed to speak to everybody. But we're not employees. We're independent contractors. So I'm like, screw that. I'm going to say what I want to say to whoever I want to say it to. Plus, I'm the boss at the time.
So your family wouldn't have done me a solid and just like said, "Hey, put on this shirt and then take it off." I'll throw them like a couple.
Well,
like
the thing is
$100.
you would have to work, right? You would have had to work. That's the bottom line.
So
You
I
would
couldn't have
work.
enjoyed the show.
No,
Your family would have put me to work.
But actually, I have to pick up my mom, which is interesting. I do have to pick my mother up because my mom and dad they live in Bandera, Texas, so they have a hotel downtown, so they don't have to drive back late, right? I mean, believe it or not, my parents are in their 70s doing this.
Wow.
So they're running a full-on kiosk at 70. They don't have to. Life is really good, but they're just choosing to do it right now. So I'm happy for them.
Yeah, and shout out to everybody who's on their way to see Bad Bunny. It's going to be really fun. Also, I have the worst luck with cars. My car almost got repossessed.
Okay, wait a minute. Okay, so that's not your new car.
My new car. Almost
New to you car that you got
Absolutely.
almost got repossessed
Right.
because they screwed you over.
Well, hold on. Okay, so a lot of listeners last week were noticing that I sounded a little bit frazzled, like right before Rudy J came on. They were like, "Hey, you seem like you were kind of like frazzled." Well, I was, because right before I got a phone call that they were going to repossess my vehicle that I had just purchased that same week. And I didn't know what happened, what went wrong. I've just had bad luck with cars.
Okay, wait a minute. But you're saying repossessed. They wanted the car back.
When you
because
take
there was
the
a
car
mistake.
back, when they were going to come to my home and take the car back, that's them repossessing my vehicle.
Okay, but this was the next day. This was not the day that we had Rudy J in.
They were trying to set up an appointment to come repossess my car. But let me tell people what happened.
Well, you're saying repossessed, but
Because that's what it is. They're trying to repossess the vehicle.
well, that's not a repossession. It's like you haven't paid the car for 3 months.
They were
and
treating me like a criminal. But let me tell the story. Let me give a background. So I got into a car accident about, I'd say like 2.5 years ago. Really bad car accident. I was on my way to a Spurs game. I was going to cover the Spurs. Excited to go do that. My car gets hit, and it was in the shop for almost 6 months. Came out of the shop. I was excited to get ready to sell it. And I remember getting a call from somebody, an interested buyer, that they wanted to sell it on Tuesday, or they wanted to purchase it on Tuesday, and it was like right before Christmas. So I was like, okay, cool. 2 days before I met them up to sell my vehicle to them, my car got hit again in the trunk while it was parked overnight. So it was in the shop again for another couple of months, and I felt like discouraged, and I felt like I was never going to get a car. So I just had bad luck. I got hit once, fixed the car, got hit again right before I was going to sell it. Car gets out of the shop, ready to sell it, and I get laid off. As you guys know, I told you guys I got laid off, was depressed about the layoff, got my new job, ready to get a new vehicle, purchased this brand new car. I'm in love with it. They gave me a call at the dealership saying that they gave me and I'm not going to say the name of the dealership because we worked it out, but I was really, really upset. Because they said that they messed up on my paperwork. They gave me the wrong interest rate. They gave me the wrong payment. And they said the payment, I needed to come re-sign the documents. Now, mind you, I was out of town when I purchased this vehicle. I didn't purchase this vehicle in San Antonio. I went to a different city. So it's not an easy trip to go all the way out of town. So, and they gave me the wrong payment amount. And
they gave you the wrong finance rate, and they gave you the wrong payment.
Correct.
And they wanted, I know we're not going to say how much it is, but they wanted to charge you
way more, like
over $100 more, right?
Over $100 more. And because it was such a big difference and they screwed up really bad, they refused to work with me. So they were saying they were going to repossess the car.
So You said they had 90 days?
To what?
Well, so if they signed a contract and you know you have the contract, they have the contract.
No, they were basically threatening me to. They weren't wanting to honor the contract that I signed. They were threatening me that they were going to pick up the vehicle if I did not drive back out of town to sign the new documents with the higher payment amount that I never negotiated on. So they were just sending me threats. They kept threatening me, and they kept, calling me and texting me saying I had a few more forms to sign. And it wasn't a few more forms. It was a whole new contract.
It was a whole new contract.
Right. But they tried to make me feel like I was dumb. They made me feel like I just had to sign a new form, like maybe like I forgot a warranty document that I needed to sign or something about, gap protection. No, it was a whole new contract, and they tried to finesse me to drive out of town. They wouldn't tell me what the forms were. And because I was non-responsive, because I was like, well, what are the forms? I never got an answer. Then they finally told me, it's a whole new contract. And basically, if you don't come in, we're going to drive to San Antonio. We're going to repossess your car. And I ended up getting upset because I felt like I was getting scammed.
Okay, so what happened? What was it? What happened?
So what happened was
And I don't know this, by the way. I've been asking. You all have no idea. Like, she's been keeping it quiet because something tells me I'm not going to be happy with the outcome.
Well, the Kirby came out of me is all I'm going to say.
Huh?
The Kirby, it came out of me. The Kirby.
Okay, so do you have the same payments and everything that you had before?
Absolutely. I have the same payments.
So you won.
Correct.
Because they were wrong.
Well, they gave me the interest rate they changed the interest rate to where what it was supposed to be, and I was okay with that, but I wanted them to give me a huge discount so I can have the same payment amount, and they honored that. They gave me the huge discount so I can have the same payment amount that they had told me.
So you have the same payment amount?
Correct.
And you have the same interest rate? No,
I have a different interest rate, but they gave me a huge discount off the sale price of the vehicle so I can...
Girl, is this in writing? Is this in writing?
This isn't... Yeah, it's in writing now.
Did you drive back out there, or how did you do the paperwork?
No, well, see, that's what I think it's a janky dealership, because then they come all the way back to San Antonio so I can sign the documents. I'm like, okay, can I have a copy of the documents? And they're like, we're going to mail them to you. So I was like... So this is like an ongoing thing, but I have a new car.
Yeah, and you have bad luck with cars, period. So
I have bad luck with cars, period. Yeah, so knock on wood.
So do you know what type of cars you have yet?
What do you mean?
Like the model number and everything else?
What do you mean?
Like the model number. Every car has a model number.
I don't know what the model number is.
Yeah, you don't know the model number is. We're not going to say what you have.
I don't want to say what I have. Yeah, no.
Because people are going to be like, oh, she balling. She ain't balling.
No, I'm broke.
She's not balling. I know. Look at
I'm
them.
broke
because
I was trying to renegotiate the payment amount.
Look at her split ends. She's not balling.
No, I got a haircut recently. Stop playing with me.
Oh, and she flipped her hair.
Stop playing with me.
Well, I wish I had something fun like that happen. I've just been stuck in the studio trying to do my thing. So
yeah, this was a nightmare for me, and I had a mental breakdown over it. I had a mental breakdown last week over this whole ordeal. I thought I was gonna be carless because I'd already sold my old car to CarMax. I thought I was gonna be carless.
Tell all your fans and your listeners,
my listeners,
yeah, because they may not be fans, but hey, that's a whole nother story. Tell everybody what everybody told you about getting a car.
Oh, and then I come here to this studio last week, and all y'all are yelling at me. D. Wayne's yelling at me. You're yelling at me.
Oh, I was yelling. I was pissed.
You were yelling at me, and Rudy J from San Antonio Sports Star was already on his way. Everybody's arguing with each other. We're all getting into it about I was dumb to get this car and XYZ, this and that. And then Rudy J showed up, and we all had to act cool and pretend.
And I apologize for yelling at you. I just don't like I don't like seeing you get taken advantage of.
Well, I apologize for yelling at you too. We should be.
No, you didn't yell at me. You know better. I'll cut your microphone off.
Yeah, but it was. But y'all did give me good advice. Yeah.
Yeah. No. It was. Yeah.
D. Wayne said, you need to get aggressive, and I'm not an aggressive type. But no, they really brought the Kirby out of me because I was like, no, this is not gonna happen.
I told you.
So if you guys noticed last week that I was frazzled on Rudy J's podcast, apparently I looked frazzled. It was because of that ordeal that was happening right.
No, you were legit. Who said you were frazzled?
Just listeners, they said I looked frazzled.
No, I said floozy, but that wasn't last week.
No, I didn't say. Don't even get me started. I would not. That was not the time. Okay. Anyways, so let's get to sports because that's what we got to talk about. I want to talk about. Well, actually, Do we want to talk about this today? Obviously, yes, we do. Cowboys versus the Bucks.
Well, you want to do that, or you? Wait, what about UTSA though?
Oh yeah, the UTSA game was this weekend.
That was legit.
Yeah, that was legit. They went to triple overtime against U of H, a 24 ranked team in college football.
24 nothing ranked team in college football.
And
They took them to triple overtime, came back to tie it up at the end of the game via a field goal.
Yep.
To send it into overtime.
Yeah, it was an incredible game. But
It was such a wild game that sports personalities across the city were drunk. And
you're talking about Michael Jimenez. Well, I mean, if you're gonna bring it up,
don't clip this and make this a clip.
No, because that's my guy. He's gonna be on here soon.
Yeah, he's gonna be on soon.
So I'm not gonna talk about him. Being
I'm not just saying him, but he was indicative of like the UTSA.
No, I think he was a representation of all of UTSA. I mean, when first of all, when you go to tailgates, if you go to UTSA tailgate, everybody's gonna get drunk. I've gotten inebriated. The reason why I have a tattoo on my foot is because I was inebriated at a UTSA game. So when you go to a UTSA tailgate, you get free alcohol. People are trying to encourage you to drink as much as you possibly can to have the best time. I've had some of the best times in my life last season at UTSA, creating that song, doing the tattoo. That was the best season of my entire life, football wise. I had the most fun ever. Everybody at UTSA treats me really good. The tailgates always invite me out and things like that. So just because Michael Jimenez was tipsy, right, on San Antonio Sports Star, it's bound to happen. He was shotgunning beers on camera, but he's passionate about UTSA. They took it into overtime.
Yeah.
And he does have a point. I mean, his passion came out in the fourth quarter. UTSA blew the lead. It was 21-7 in the fourth quarter?
No, they did.
And they did. And they took it to triple overtime. U of H ended up winning. I really wanted UTSA to win.
No, I did too, but are we expecting too much of our team too quickly? I mean, yeah, we had that beautiful run last year, but I mean, we're stepping up in competition. In 2 weeks, we're playing UT, right? I would love to say with all my heart, we're going to beat UT, but I think we have to, I think there's being a fan and then there's being delusional. And I think sometimes what we come across is too many delusional people that are fans of teams. Dallas Cowboy people are delusional as fans. They're rabid, they're wonderful, they're amazing, they're annoying, but they're also delusional. And I think sometimes the delusion comes out and it's comical.
Well, I think the delusion for UTSA in some fans, not all, because some people get it. In college football, these players eventually graduate and they go to the NFL, or they don't go to the NFL. They're seniors, they graduate. For example, Tyreek Woolen, he plays for the Seattle Seahawks. They just announced today that he was going to be upgraded to starting cornerback. He doesn't play for UTSA anymore. He's a starting cornerback for the NFL right now at this moment. They don't have a star cornerback in Tyreek Woolen anymore. He's gone, right? Then Sincere McCormick, he's gone too. You have this new team coming up underneath them. They're not going to be that same championship caliber team that they were last year. So I totally get where you're talking about delusional fans, because some people still think they have an opportunity to win the CUSA championship this season, and they possibly can. They had a great season, and I think Coach Jeff Traylor is a phenomenal coach. But if you're expecting them to go 12-1 once again, I don't think that is going to happen. Now, do they have an opportunity to win the CUSA championship this season? Absolutely. They took a 24 ranked team all the way to triple overtime. And this man, the coach of U of H, Dana Holgorsen, was talking trash, saying UTSA cheats. This is an unranked team. UTSA is unranked. They played at home. They're still considered the underdog. I think that when it comes to delusion, some of the fans might be delusional. But I don't think that college football rankings are delusional, because they're still unranked. And UTSA has a lot to prove in order for them to get to the top.
Yeah, I agree. And when I say delusional, again, it's not delusional. It's just, it's the expectations that I think sometimes are way over the top of teams. And I think it hurts the teams. I think it hurts the fan base. And it just makes fans look a certain way. And like, I get it. Like, I'm a Spurs fan and I've been, in the doldrums and pissed off and down. But at the same time, I also know we got a hard road to hoe as a Spurs fan. And UTSA this year, we could be, what is that, 1-2 in the next 3 weeks. We're going to play, Army next week? So we're pretty good there, I feel. But then we got UT after that.
Right.
These are powerhouse schools that are steeped in tradition in football. UT more than University of Houston, and even Army more than UTSA. But I also know that Houston has spent a lot of money. It's a drop in the bucket what we spend in football here than what U of H and UT both spend. So I want our fans to be real and not just pop off, because to me it feels like, and I'm not talking about Michael Jimenez at all, but it feels like the knowledge of sports is not there. And I'm not saying I'm some guru, dude. I'm a tech guy that likes sports. So let's get that straight. But I believe that when you can't look objectively as your team, then it's dangerous.
Well,
from a sports standpoint,
I wouldn't say it's dangerous. What I would say is this: there's always going to be fans who are delusional. We can't force people to be objective in every scenario, because not everybody is going to be a sports analyst. Some people are just diehard fans for their team, no matter what, and that is a whole. That's a whole crowd on their own, and that's okay. It's okay to be a diehard fan no matter what. Like, there's still people that are like Cowboys to the Super Bowl every single year, diehard no matter what. And the reason why I love football, and that's my favorite sport, is because I at some point was a diehard Chicago Bears fan. They could do no wrong in my eyes. And that helps you develop knowledge for the game, but not everybody's an analyst. Now, when we're talking about it, obviously we're going to have to come in from an objective standpoint, but I see what you're saying. If we're analysts, yes, we should be objective, but if we're fans, you can do whatever the hell you want.
You win.
You could be the most casual fan, or you could be the most diehard fan, and it's okay, because at the end of the day, football wins.
No, and you know what? And you literally, Carolina Teague, just changed my perspective. You did. Because as analysts and sitting behind a microphone, I think it's one thing, but shotgunning beers and having a good time at a game.
And to Michael Jimenez's defense, our friend, because he's going to be here soon, in his defense, he attended that game that day as a fan.
Correct.
He did not attend that game as an analyst. He wasn't in the media box covering the game. He was there as a fan. And I think that we have a right as analysts to be fans too, because it's the whole reason why we're doing this.
Yeah, we do, but there's a
fine line. There's a fine line, but I don't want to spend too much time on that. But
no, I'm just saying there's a fine line.
Frank Valdez is watching, and he says, expect them to contend for conference championships and expect effort and heart with all their other games like they have been doing. Totally agree. I think Jeff Traylor is an amazing coach. So those are my final thoughts on UTSA. And we got more football to talk about. We're going to talk about NFC, AFC. We got a lot of things to cover. But first, I definitely want to give my Bucks versus Cowboys prediction. That game is this Sunday. That's probably the game that I'm looking forward to the most, because, I mean, this is a team, Tom Brady, and then you have the team that's right up the street. You got the Dallas Cowboys. Micah Parsons went and told the Athletics' John Machota that about Tom Brady. He was talking trash. He said, we got to get Tom Brady, quote unquote, out of this league. He's 45 years old. He's been dominating this league for too long. He wants to kill you, and he wants to step on your throat like a roach. Now, if there's one thing that we know about Tom Brady, is that he uses these words that are public as fuel to beat the asses of the teams that are across from him. And I think he could possibly use that as fuel. Now, Tom Brady, and I'm going to give my prediction on this shortly, but Tom Brady, he didn't attend training camp for 10 or 11 days. It was over a week for sure. And it's rumored that he missed those days because he was working on his family issues with Gisele Bündchen, his wife. And you have a supermodel wife, Tom Brady, and you're arguably the best quarterback of all time, and you are tending to issues to your wife. Do you think that was a right move? Would you choose your family over training camp for the NFL?
Yeah, they do it all the time. Oh. You got a baby on the way, you choose your family and your wife. Uh-huh. But we really still don't know what's up with Tom Brady. Like, I didn't hear any definitive thing where Tom Brady said, "Yo, it was my wife." Did he say that?
No, but it was due to personal issues. But the rumor mill says it was
Right,
rumor mill,
right.
right? But let's just flirt with the idea that it was. Is that okay
Yeah,
to
sure.
send to your family?
Sure, you're trying to save your marriage.
Yeah, I think marriage is more
Yeah,
important than
I
your
think
career.
everybody in that household is tired of him playing football, including himself. I just don't think he knows how to walk away from the game gracefully and say goodbye. It was kind of like when Jordan, at the very, very end of his career, you know, Serena Williams just retired as the greatest tennis player ever, and she still kind of thinks that she might maybe kind of sort of be able to play one more time, right? So I think it's damn, like, it's hard. It's hard when you're the greatest and you have that competition. What are you going to do next?
Now, yeah, and that is one of the things that he flirted with, because he retired and then he unretired, and now he's going to play the Cowboys this weekend, first game of the season for the Cowboys and the Bucks. And last year, the Cowboys and the Bucks, they played, and Bucks ended up winning 31-29. Bucks played at their home, and they won by 2 points. Now, this year, the Bucks offensive line is not as strong as it was last year. Chris Godwin is out due to a torn ACL. Then you have the Cowboys. They're short of wide receiver as well. Michael Gallup, same reason. Torn ACL for this situation. Cowboys defense is really strong, and the Cowboys are playing at home. This is a really, really tough decision for me, because I know that fourth quarter clutch Tom Brady will come back and he will defeat any team that is talking trash about him just to prove a point. But a part of me thinks the Cowboys are going to win this game. But do you think
I can see the Cowboys winning the game.
I can see the Cowboys winning this game because they've improved their defensive line. I think that they have a stronger offensive line. It just really boils down to the quarterback's performance and how it's going to be. So it's going to be super close. I don't know what you guys would pick, but give me the Cowboys just for fun.
Yeah, you know what? I'm not going to root against the Cowboys this year for the first year of my life. I'm not going to root for them, but I'm going to root against the Cowboys. But I do think the Cowboys will be the Cowboys in the story.
Yeah, absolutely. But I think I don't know. It's hard because Bucks won last year. This one was really tough for me. But that's the game I'm looking forward to the most. Week 1. People were asking me what I look forward to. Is definitely that one. Bears, Chicago Bears. They got a new stadium idea. Y'all know I love the Bears. This is my team. The Chicago Bears, I don't see them performing the best this season because they're in a rebuild phase currently. But speaking of rebuild, they're going to be rebuilding a new Chicago Bears stadium in Arlington Heights. The writing is on the wall. Once the Chicago Bears fulfill their lease in 2022 at Soldier Field, this team is going to be leaving Soldier Field, the historic Soldier Field, where a lot of games have been played, where the Chicago Bears won multiple championships before the NFL was really the NFL. And the Bears organization is going to be purchasing a plot near the Arlington Heights property. They're not expected to move there until sometime in 2026, but this is going to be more of an indoor field. It's going to be way more beautiful than the Soldier Field. Remember when our first 2 episodes we were talking about how the NFLPA tweeted out how horrible Soldier Field was? I mean, their turf was terrible, and it's up to the city of Chicago's Parks and Recreations to make that field as beautiful as it can possibly be. They dropped the ball. Now the writing is on the wall. Chicago Bears are going to be moving to Arlington Heights. I'm excited for the new beginning in Chicago, and it's pretty far from downtown, as you can see in that mock picture of what the stadium is going to look like. But it's going to be an exciting thing, and I regret never going to Soldier Field to see a game, but I definitely want to go see a new Arlington Heights field. So I'm really, really excited about this. And
yeah, it's an entire thing, Carolina.
Yeah,
like if you look at it,
Chicago. Yeah,
it's the district. It looks beautiful. Now, the question becomes, I wonder if they're going to do like they do every other team. Business is good when you're building a stadium, but business is not great for the mom and pop areas around there once the stadium built. There's studies upon studies that show this. So I hope Chicago could be something different. It looks like there's a horse racing track. Well, I think if you build a bunch of stuff in the area, they're saying a mixed use development. But if there's a horse racing track out there, there's water sports, there's all kinds of different stuff.
Yeah, there's a horse race track.
I think it could be something that could be pretty special in the area.
Definitely. And people say it drives out business. I mean, I would say, like, I don't know. I haven't done any research on in Arlington and seeing how the AT&T Stadium is over there. But every time I drive to Arlington, there's a ton of businesses around that area. So maybe it could be a good thing, could be a bad thing.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens in the future. But what I do know is Chicago, the city of Chicago, Parks and Recreation, has not done a great job keeping up with Soldier Field. So it's time for the Bears organization, one of the highest profiting NFL teams. They're always in the top 5 every single year. They need something nice for the Chicago Bears fans. If you're going to put a losing product on the field every single damn year, at least put a winning stadium somewhere where we can go watch the damn game. That's all I'm saying.
I hear you.
Okay. All right. So off of that, oh, Robert Sanchez said that they just got new turf at Soldier Field. Well, that's probably because everybody on Twitter was complaining and it went viral. Everybody talked about it. We covered it. We're not even in Chicago. We were talking about how terrible that field was.
Yeah.
I would have put some new turf in there too, because probably the city of Chicago too is scared that they are going to be building this field as well. So NFL picks for
NFC or AFC?
Let's do the NFC. No. Yeah. Let's do the NFC first.
NFC first?
Yeah. I'm going to do only 2 picks because I only have 2 picks. First pick I'm going to do for the NFC. So we're picking our teams for this entire season. This isn't for this weekend. This is my picks for the entire season. Who are going to be the top 2 teams to look for. And I'm also going to give my Super Bowl prediction between those 2 teams. First team that I'm going to do is obviously the Super Bowl champs, the Rams. The Rams are that graphic says St. Louis Rams. St. Louis Rams. When was the last time? When were they in St. Louis? That was a long time ago, right? Gylan?
Yeah, no, it's been a long time.
It's been a long time, but the logo's pretty much the same.
Oh my goodness, I picked a real old one, didn't I?
You did. That's why you almost picked the damn Houston Oilers. It's okay though. I mean,
listen,
but it's still. But I got where we're going with this.
You know what happened?
The St. Louis Rams and Los Angeles Rams.
Hey, you know what happened? I do the same thing when they put a black person on TV, and they put the person that don't look nothing like them. Right, they'll put Dave Chappelle and somebody else, and my bad.
It happens to the best of us.
My bad.
Look, I think this is a great. They're a great team still. Obviously, they're defending champions. Aaron Donald and Jalen Ramsey, they're still part of that Super Bowl team. It's like hitting the lotto, winning the Super Bowl twice. I don't see them winning the Super Bowl twice, but I like Sean McVay. I love his hybrid offense that he runs. And they've won at least 9 games for the last 5 years. I'm going to say if I had to put my money on a top team in that division, I'm definitely going to go with the Los Angeles Rams. That's going to be my number 1 pick. And my other pick is the team that I just picked to lose. It's going to be the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I like Tom Brady. You can't go up against a quarterback who has proven time and time again that he knows exactly what he's doing. He's very smart when it comes to football intelligence. He is a great leader on the field. He's a great leader off the field. And they have a lot of pressure. They have, I feel like they have a lot of pressure. They have, they don't have Chris Godwin right now, but I think Mike Evans also too is going to be a great addition to them. And then Julio Jones as well. So I feel like Tampa Bay Buccaneers is going to be my number 2 pick for the NFC. So I would say keep an eye out on those. I don't know if you guys gamble, but I'm a gambling girl. If I had to pick winners for those 2 divisions, you can win some not big money, depending on how they're favored. But I'm going to place my bet within the next day or so that the Rams are going to win their division and the Buccaneers are going to win their division as well. And that is a long-term bet. It's not going to pay off till the end of the season, but I feel like I'm going to get my return. I've done that too for the Chicago Bears in the past, and I've placed a $20 bet, profited $300 later on in the season. But that was a fluke season. That was when Matt Nagy first won Coach of the Year. So, and that was during the Double Doink era. But like I'm saying, that's a great bet to place if you guys want to place that bet. Now let's go to the AFC. The AFC, I'm going to go with the Bengals. They've improved their offensive line. Joe Burrow got sacked over 70 times during the regular season, and I feel like they've improved during the offseason on their offensive line because Joe Burrow needs protection, and that Jamar Chase, Joe Burrow combination, wide receiver combo, that to me is one of my favorite QB wide receiver combos in the NFL. Give me the Bengals to be one of the top teams in the AFC this season. Of course, we're going to go with the Chiefs. You got the $500 million man, Patrick Mahomes. Now, they've been kind of iffy to me as far as their offense is concerned. They've had some offensive line issues as well, and their defense is less than stellar, but I still feel like they are one of the best teams to beat in the AFC as well. And I'm interested in the Broncos this season, but I think the Chiefs are going to take that division in particular. And finally, I think for the East, I'm going to go with the Buffalo Bills. I feel like it's time for Josh Allen to reap the benefits. I mean, they changed the overtime rules in the playoffs because of the game between the Bills and the Chiefs. Josh Allen is one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL. They have an amazing team. And like I said, I don't think you strike gold twice. If I had to pick who the Super Bowl winner is going to be out of all of those teams, I'm going to go ahead and take the Bills.
Wow. So you hold up. So your Super Bowl pick is the Buffalo Bills?
Correct.
To win it all?
Correct. Yes. The Buffalo Bills, because they were so close to taking it to the top last season, and I feel like their time is about to come. So I would say definitely Buffalo Bills is my pick to win the Super Bowl. Robert Sanchez says, is Lamar going to Miami? You know, people have been messaging me all about this. Lamar Jackson is rumored to be going to Miami. He's from Miami. He loves Miami. And there's been rumors that he's been having issues with the Baltimore Ravens. And I can see him totally going to Miami, so that rumor does not surprise me. I had a friend, his name is Larry. He gave me his prediction about Lamar Jackson going to Miami, and then a few days later the news broke and he was like, I told you he's going to Miami. So all the writing is on the wall. Oh, and he was on Twitter too, liking tweets about going to the Miami Dolphins. So that would be incredible, guys. And if Lamar Jackson, your guy,
Lamar Jackson is my guy. No ifs, ands, and buts about it.
Went to the Miami Dolphins. So there it is right there, you guys. My Super Bowl winner, the Buffalo Bills. That's my prediction. I'm putting my bet in. It's just going to be $20. But I think that bet might possibly pay off. So fingers crossed. But of course, it's the NFL season. I hate those one and done.
Yeah, he's not going anywhere. He has a Ravens tattoo on his chest. You
could cover it.
Okay.
You could cover it, or I mean, just because you get
make the Raven look like a dolphin. I mean, that's possible. But I don't think he's going anywhere. He doesn't have an agent, so him and his mother are doing this together, which I'm a huge fan of. I think agents are overrated. But the kickoff, he says kickoff. I will not be talking about contract. I'm thinking straight Jets around kickoff time. The end of this week is when he doesn't want to talk about it anymore. But we'll see what's up. He's going to make $23 million for 2022. That's not chump change. But he wants one of those Deshaun Watson guaranteed contracts.
Yeah, well, I'm excited to see what happens too. So it'll be interesting to see how this all plays out. If you guys are watching right now, y'all need to drop in the comments who you guys think the Super Bowl winner would be, because I feel like the people that listen are a lot smarter.
It's marked right there, Buffalo Bills.
I'm taking the Buffalo Bills. You guys tell me, out of looking at these photos, who you think is going to take the Super Bowl, and be objective. Remove your fan hat, because I know that the people watching are really, really smart. Tell me who you think is going to win, and I'm going to remember all of your comments, and then I will actually, you know what? I want to give a prize. If people can get the Super Bowl winner right by the end of this season, I'm going to give them a prize.
Yeah, let's figure that out.
Yeah, we'll figure out like a prize. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, so drop your comments and we'll give you a prize. If you're right. If you're wrong, you ain't getting no damn prize. We ain't rich. Okay, so, all right, guys. So let's talk about the Hugo Glenn Coco Award. This week, we're giving it to Serena Williams. Now, Robert Sanchez was giving me backlash of saying, you don't even watch tennis. Why do you like Serena Williams? What has she done to inspire you? Well, it's not necessary. You know what? He pulled my card. I really don't watch tennis all of the time. That is the truth. But the reason why I'm giving Serena Williams the You Go Glen Coco Award is just look at her. She's grace, beauty, elegance, and watching her story and her come up has been incredible to watch. And she's had an amazing journey. She won the U.S. Open pregnant, like Rudy J said last week, and she's been an example to Black women and minority women. I mean, she inspires me too. I mean, all women. Shit, even men too. She probably inspires men too. All women. And she probably inspires men too to chase their dreams. She has made it very clear that her mission is to empower people that look like her and let them know that they can do whatever it takes. And she's always going to be advocating for women. And she's always going to be advocating for minorities. And she's used her platform for the better. She's a mother. She is a great daughter. She's a great sister. She's also a great friend. She's friends with Beyonce. And not to mention, she's probably the most decorated athlete. She has been criticized throughout her entire career. I mean, they've had to fight, her and her sister Venus have had to fight racial discrimination from elite tennis clubs from the beginning of their careers at a young age. Their dad wanted to take them out of competing in tennis tournaments because he did not want them to get burnt out before they went to the pros. Serena Williams, from the age of 3, her father noticed that she had an athletic body and she would be great, and that's why he wanted her to play tennis. But she also had to put in the work as well. And she was rated one of the best players even coming up. I think her record was like over 50 when she was a youth athlete with only 3 losses. She was the #1 ranked tennis player under the age of 10 in her city or her arena. I think it was like her city, something like that. She was like one of the top players. Oh, in the state, I'm sorry. And she has fought so many battles coming up. People have criticized her for her athletic body. People have criticized her for her body type. She's always been body shamed throughout her entire career, and she's overcame all of those things, and now we see the person that she is today. She's retired. She played possibly her last game recently, and the example that she leads for women to continue to move on despite any type of criticism, any type of shortcomings, any type of injustice in a sport. She has always overcame for that. Also want to give a quick shout out to the Las Vegas Aces, Becky Hammon and the Las Vegas Aces with my girl Chelsea Gray, who dropped over 30 points yesterday. They're going to the WNBA finals. Last year they lost 55 games, and their coach is Chauncey Billups. And then you look at the alternative, which is Becky Hammon. Now you can look at all the variables with who's playing on the team and all the injuries and things like that, but you have Becky Hammon, who has taken the Las Vegas Aces to the NBA finals. And I love that she has done this for herself, and she found her spot as a head coach, and she's taking a team all the way to the NBA final or WNBA finals. Congratulations to Becky Hammon. Congratulations to Serena Williams. You go, Glen Coco.
All right. So you did your Glen Coco. It comes to the time of the show that everybody tunes in for. And it is this or that.
This is everybody's favorite part of the show, is this or that.
Right. So now, I don't know if everybody's been hearing about the drama the past couple of days between Shannon Sharpe and Aaron Rodgers. Yes, Carolina, I am diving into the drama part of sports. But I drive into the drama part of sports because I like what Shannon Sharpe is saying. And I used to be a huge Aaron Rodgers fan. I'm still a fan of his as a player. I do like his, his bravado as it comes to, like, being a gunslinger and this is my word. I'm doing things the way I want to do. However, I don't know if he's really, that good of a guy.
Okay.
And I think Shannon Sharpe backs us up. So what we're going to do is I want to play this or that, right?
Okay.
So it's Shannon Sharpe or Aaron Rodgers. Which one would you want to be? And then before we do that, we're going to play the clip real quick
Okay, let's
of
play
what's
clip.
going on. All right, so let's go ahead and move into the
Said
clip.
and done, you can make
So
a
everybody
case he
can
might
watch
be
the
a top
clip.
5 player if he can get another championship. That's undeniable. But as a person, he's a horrible person. He's a liar. He's arrogant. He's aloof. For lack of a better word, he's a prick. And I'm so over him. Skip, this was done. Nobody was even talking about Aaron Rodgers and what he lied about last year or what he deliberately misled about. He went on there to rehash that because he wants to thumb his nose. I did that, NFL, and I'll do it again. Said and done, you can make a case he might be a top 5 player if he can get another championship. That's undeniable. But as a person, he's a horrible person. He's a liar. He's arrogant. He's aloof. For lack of a better word, he's a prick. And I'm so over him. Skip, this was done. Nobody was even talking about Aaron Rodgers.
Okay.
Okay.
So what do you
yeah.
think?
Well, I'm 100% Team Shannon Sharp. He's spitting nothing but facts. And not because of my fandom for football, but because Aaron Rodgers is a prick for just kind of, in a sense, bragging about getting away with not being vaccinated and lying about it. I mean, he literally got away with it, and that is the epitome of entitlement. And for him to bring it up again, just for laughs and giggles, and essentially making a mockery out of what he went through, I'm going to go with Team Shannon. Shannon is 100% correct with this. So give me Shannon Sharp. I'm going to pick him.
All right. That's a good move. I get people not wanting to be vaccinated. I get everything, but it just seemed like
He lied.
Huh?
He lied about it.
Well, yeah, he lied
He
about
lied.
it, but he was trying to be smarter than everybody else in the room, and the dude's a smart dude, right? Let's get it right. However, I think bringing it back up, going on Joe Rogan's podcast, it shows him to be kind of a little man, you know? And you know what I think about little people.
Yeah, they have little little eggplants.
All right.
Okay.
So you ready for your next one?
Yeah, let's do it.
UTSA football or UIW football?
That one's hard. Why would you even give me that?
Because I saw what you did with Rudy J last week, and I'm like, oh, hell no. I got to bring the heat if Carolina's doing this.
Well, UIW, they won their game last week, and I think I'm not gonna minimize how good UIW is as a football program and as a football team. And I think both teams in this city do a great job representing the city very, very well. And it's a shame that it's become kind of a battle between these two universities, UTSA versus UIW, because they're not even in the same league, or they're not even in the same conference. So for me, it just doesn't make sense for there to be this battle. It's kind of like, it'd be one thing if it was Bloods versus Crips, right? But in this situation, it's kind of like comparing apples to oranges. I mean, it's kind of like the same feeling I get when people hate my team in the NFL, the Chicago Bears, but they're not even in our division, or they're not even in our conference. That's kind of how I feel about this question that you're presenting to me. So that's how I'm going to set it up as. But I have a tattoo on my damn foot for UTSA. So I'm going to pick UTSA. UTSA, they treat me really, really good.
Where'd you go to school?
Huh?
Where'd you go to school?
I went to college. I went to university. And
What
it wasn't none of these universities. I went to military school. I'm not going to say what, because then people are going to try to Google it. But I did go to university.
I thought you went to UIW.
No, I didn't go to UIW.
Oh, okay.
I can't afford that tuition. I can't afford UTSA's tuition either. Hell nah. Hell
All right.
nah.
So
Now,
you
I'm
went
gonna-
with UTSA football.
Yeah, UTSA for sure. And like I said, it's because I got the tattoo, had the best season of my life, and I always get invited to UTSA tailgates by UTSA fans. And I'm just going to be honest and be clear. I've only been invited by UIW fans like one time. So just by the welcoming that I get, I'm going with UTSA.
All right, cool. All right, last but not least, we got 3 today, right?
Uh-huh.
Last but not least, you ready for this one?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Bad Bunny or Beyonce?
This is unfair. This is unfair.
Let me tell you before
is
you go.
unfair.
I'll give you a couple of minutes to think. I see you smiling from ear to ear. For me, it's Beyonce all day long.
Okay.
I like Bad
Why?
Bunny. He's legit, but that is the bae. Like, my daddy's like, that could be your mama. You know what I'm saying? So it is Beyonce all day long for me. So go for it. What do you think?
This is really complicated for me. Like, I'm a Mexican, like I'm a Latina, like Bad Bunny is like he's our Drake, he's our Beatles right now at the moment. Like, this man is on top of the world. He's on top of the goddamn world, and he has hits. He has hits. He sings to my soul, Guyland. Bad Bunny sings to my soul. I love Bad Bunny. His fans are crazy. I don't want to get attacked by his fans, but Beyonce speaks to me as a woman. Beyonce is part of Destiny's Child. She's been with me throughout my whole entire childhood. I'm not going against Queen Beyonce. Give me Beyonce. That was tough, though. That was probably the toughest one I've ever had.
So
Beyonce
which
all
one?
day-
So who you got?
Beyonce.
Oh, okay.
I'm
Well,
going with Beyonce,
listen,
but I still want to go see Bad Bunny. But if I had to pick between going to a Bad Bunny concert or going to a Beyonce concert, I'm gonna go to Beyonce concert.
You know what's so interesting? I don't think bad people are talking about, but in Bad Bunny Puerto Rican,
Yeah.
and everybody is becoming a Latino loving some Bad Bunny. You know what I'm saying?
What does
Because
that mean?
normally, like, Mexicans don't get down with Puerto Ricans, and Puerto Ricans don't get down with Dominicans.
Oh.
But Bad Bunny got everybody partying together.
No, I think that's
It's a generalization.
That's a that has happened, right? I've heard that before.
Sure.
But when it comes to music in the Latino community, music is pretty universal.
Okay.
Like, people like Karol G is Colombian. Everyone loves Karol G. They play Bad Bunny in Mexico. They play Karol G in Mexico.
Yeah.
They play Mexican music in Puerto Rico, and the music for Latinos is pretty universal.
Okay.
But I do see the discrimination that.
Yeah,
you're
but no.
talking about.
I mean,
Yeah.
when you talk about,
Yeah,
like,
no, that is real.
you
though.
get a Puerto Rican moving to San Antonio, they're not like, oh my God, this is the best place in the world.
Well, my best friend, she's actually Puerto Rican. And one of my best friends, she's Puerto Rican. She's at the Bad Bunny concert right now. And her whole family moved to San Antonio. And they actually really do love San Antonio. So, I don't know whoever told you that, but Puerto Ricans love San Antonio. And we love Puerto Ricans.
We love Puerto Ricans.
We love
Like,
Puerto Ricans. I love Puerto Ricans.
I love Puerto. Well, look, I love everybody. First of all,
Yeah, me too. I love everybody too. I love Puerto Ricans. I love Puerto Rican food. I love Mexican food. I love Dominican food. I love Jamaican food.
It don't matter. Nothing.
I like food.
Carolina didn't say she like no person. She say she like food. I like food.
Because
All
I
right.
feel like
Well,
music-
that was it for this or that. I'm throwing it back to you to tidy up the show.
Yeah, but last but not least, music is universal. Food is universal.
Food.
Food is universal. So is music, and so is sports. So thank you guys for tuning in. You guys want to catch me on Twitter, Facebook. This is your 6th episode of League of Our Own podcast. Catch me at Carolina Teague _ on all social media platforms. And we have Guyland at Guyland J. Thank you guys for listening. I will see you guys next time. We will have some more guests coming up soon. So I can't wait to have fun with you guys at that time. Bye.